Did you know that the average real estate agent only makes about $45,000 a year? So today we're going to talk about how much money the real estate agents actually make. The average real estate agent works, I would say, part-time. In order to make about $100,000 as a real estate agent, let's say you had 5 clients and the houses are all 200,000 and you get a 3% commission. Well, after splits and fees and costs, you're not even near like $30,000. Now, obviously, that would change if if the houses are like $1 million and things like that. But most people are not selling $1 million houses either. By the way, most agents aren't doing that. So when it comes to income, you might become $1 million agent if you're over here on Selling Sunset and freaking, Beverly Hills Boulevard or whatever it's called, or Miami Beach. But majority of the people and agents aren't in Southern California, specifically, in Orange County and things like that. There's a lot of them. You see them on Netflix and you see them in magazines and like in New York, and Miami, Houston, Atlanta even. But those locations are usually what drive these agents to make a lot of money. And even then, it's probably less than 1%. Like, I know you see freaking Graham Stephan out here. Well, he stopped being an agent, actually. I know you see his old group. I'm just saying, one of them has my interest. And you see that they're making all this money, but like I said, majority are not. I know I'm sounding like I'm talking in circles. It's just to show the point that they're not probably going to make that much money. Okay? Now, if we were to actually break down real estate agent income, so the most popular one, which was recently in a NAR settlement lawsuit, it's a commission structure. So ideally what you would have, oh my gosh, my back is itchy. Ideally what you would have is the brokerage gets a split out of the seller's check. So the buyer's agent, right, under contract with their client is like, let's say, oh, I'm going to get 3%, and they negotiate it, right? Now, on the selling side, the seller's agent before would list how much commission they were offering, but now they can't technically do that. You get around generally 3%, 2 to 3% of the sales price. It's not that much, by the way, 3%. And even like I said, usually if you're on a team, you have splits and you have to pay that split to your team lead. And then you have to pay your what's called cap to your brokerage. So let's say your split is 70-30, 30 going to your team lead or your brokerage, the other 70% goes to you, and then you have to pay taxes at the end of the year still. Or you can set up quarterly taxes, but regardless, you're not getting as much money as you think. Mentioned generally it's about 2 to 3%, but there is no real such thing as the average commission for all settlement purposes. I am disclaiming that there is no based commission rate. One of the realities of the real estate agent life is that, dog, you're working hella hours. I'm working 60, 70 hours a week. I'm working at night, at midnight, in the morning, afternoon, all times of day. I have my phone with me at all freaking times. So if someone sends me a text, I can't really ever say, oh, I forgot to look at your text. Like, no, I see your text because my business runs through my phone. Oh, look at that. So my business runs through my phone. So I can't give that excuse. And there's hella tasks you have to do it in networking. There's like so many things that are not usually talked about online or even when you're joining a brokerage, like how difficult it actually is to get over that lump of the networking circle. The brokerage you're with and the people you're around with specifically affect your real estate success. So what that means is if you're around people who are more so negative, who don't want to invest in what you're trying to do and invest in your business model or don't teach you how to make one, well, more than likely you're going to screw up and you're not even going to make $45,000 a year because you just quit. So some of the challenges I had was when I joined my first brokerage, they took my money and they didn't teach me nothing. They didn't have no training for new agents, nothing. They just said, you can go to the community events that other realtors have. Boy, I wasn't going to go to them, boys. I was not motivated. You know what I'm saying? And even then I'd pull up and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to learn? What things? They didn't tell me. So then I ended up leaving after they took about $2,200 out of my yearly income. But yeah, that's one story. Another story I have was when I was my other brokerage for discriminatory purposes. I'm not going to say who it is. But once, so my demographic, by the way, real quick, is I usually work with people who are first-time home buyers and minorities, just because that's where I come from. I'm a minority myself, and usually I resonate better, and I like to give information and help people like that out, right? I mean, like that. I mean, people like You see this? You see that? Oh my gosh, it looks so clean. You see this though? Like that, okay? Or similar backgrounds, okay? I'm not saying I discriminate against anyone else. It's just I tend to work a lot with these people. They seem to get attracted to me. Someone once told me, I'm not gonna help you get to those people because there's no money to be made there. But I mean, those people, lower income demographic, which is usually what I work. Because a lot for some home buyers that I've worked with are under the age of 30. A business owner, you have to be very mindful of every second that you spend because every second that passes by, you can never get back. So if you're spending time getting upset or thinking of things that are not going to help you progress your business, and that's time wasted and you're not going to get to your goals because your focus is somewhere else. Again, you can only focus on one thing at a time. Don't overdo it. Being in the industry for 3 years myself, I can say how to actually increase your earnings. I actually know how to do it because I've done it. Biggest thing, like I said a little bit earlier, is making sure you network with the right people. Right people are being people who go to events and they talk to you. You talk to them. You exchange socials, and then you talk to them more. And you see their social pages. You get to see what they believe in, what kind of people they might be, and then talk to them in person. And then from there, you decide, is this person gonna help me or they're gonna, put me down? Probably heard a saying, was it Nietzsche's? Niches make riches, which is true. Like I said, I focus primarily on first-time home buyers, specifically who are minorities. Majority of my sales have been like that. And since I started doing that, my income has gone up because I'm focusing on what they need. I'm trying and I'm understanding their needs and wants. The better you can do that, the better you can address them, and the more you'll seem like I would say is an expert, and that's something that people really do value. Another big thing I would say is please make sure you always have a learning mentality. Don't be like caught up that, oh, I know everything. There's always something you can do to improve. Different approaches, different techniques, angles, negotiation strategies, the way you approach people, the way people approach you, learning how do they approach you those ways, stuff like that. So much things you can learn in real estate. I would say it's almost an infinite, if not infinite amount of information out there just in the real estate industry. And then within the real estate industry, there's things like economics, finances, taxes, communication, laws, regulations. Try to learn as much as you possibly can. Now, some agents might be like, the more you know, the worse it is for like liability. Don't listen to that. The more you know, the better. Just don't go out giving advice like you're a lawyer when you're not licensed to be an attorney.
Which is which?
You know what I'm saying? If you've had any experience with any agents or you yourself are an agent or a realtor, what's up, dog? Comment down below your stories, your experiences, and see if anyone else can resonate with them. I mean, if no one else does, at least you know I resonate with them.
Shut your stupid ass up!
Me being an agent myself and having to deal with them and getting yelled at by them and so many other things. Real estate agents don't make that much money. Most of them quit after 2-3 years. About 80% of them quit year 2 and about another 90% about year 3. So if you're looking to become an agent yourself, just be aware that the barrier of entry is extremely easy, but it's extremely easy for a reason because most people don't actually stay. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to my email, cm@medinarealty1.com, and I'm more than happy to give you some insights, tips, and even talk to you about how to become an agent and see if I can help.